May 26th, you get $150 million commitment from NGP. The asset that you bought, I know the value wasn't disclosed. It was sizable, but it wasn't all drawing down that equity commitment. Over half of it was supported through co-investments, right? So that was oversubscribed. Shows a lot of interest in the transaction, in the space from the LPs. Expand upon that and give any color you can, because that was really interesting and I think a great footnote on the success of the deal you just closed.
Yeah, great. So, I think when we started talking to NGP about, how we were going to finance the acquisition, they mentioned that they would like to put, a small amount of debt on it, but then also look to bring in some of their direct LPs into a co-invest on the acquisition. I think initially we thought, maybe 20 or 30 million. We really had 30 days after we signed the PSA to kind of herd the cats to get the co-invest signed up. And so, I think there was definitely, we knew there was going to be some interest, but didn't know whether we could get, those type of LPs herded and all signed up within that 30-day period. And so, we were pleasantly surprised, to say the least, when we came in oversubscribed almost to the tune of double. And to the point where we really brought in the co-invest, ended up funding half of the deal. And I think, talking to all those LPs, there's definitely an appetite out there for yield, for cash flow. And the big thing, that we were selling them on this deal was the cash flow distributions that we're going to be able to make. I think, when you think about a deal like this, 30 million a year, it's the next 12 months cash flow. And we're going to be able to distribute cash flow literally day one to these investors. When you think about the yield on this asset today that we acquired, the yield's 25% today at today's strip pricing. You think about the yield over the next 5 years, it's going to average over 20% over the next 5 years. If you look at it over the next 10 years, it's going to be close to 20% as well. So I'd say the biggest issue we had with getting the LPs in on the co-invest was them believing the yield. I think a lot of them were like, God, if it's half that, this is a great investment. And so I think the market's turning. I think people have been talking about how the investors are kind of steering away from oil and gas. We saw the opposite when it came to going out and talking to all these LPs on the co-invest on this opportunity.